space, but we have seen the prices come off those kind of levels. A bit of a pressure building up as markets are awaiting for further buying or any more opportunity like that coming in from India. The base metal space in the meanwhile has been on the stronger side, especially copper prices. They are trading at a 7-week highs. The Chinese interest rate cut has been positive for this sector, and that's the reason you have seen some buying calls coming in for that. But for today, what commodities to trade? For that, let's get in Ajay Kedia with his strategies on all of that space. Ajay, hi, welcome to the show. What's your sense really coming in for the gold prices? It has been a weaker opening on MCX at these current levels. What are you doing? Ajay, hi, is my voice reaching you? Well, looks like we haven't been able to connect with Ajay Kedia yet, but he had two trading strategies, one on gold. Remember, there has been some weakness onto the prices coming in there. This sector also would watch out for the non-farm payroll data. If the data comes in on the stronger side, you might see some decline coming in for prices. But for today, Ajay has a sell call coming in for the gold prices for a target of 26,350 on the lower side. Another call that Ajay had was on mentha oil. Well, this commodity has been on the gaining side in the agriculture space. The supplies are tight in the spot markets, and you also have delay in sowing, and that has been supporting the prices. Ajay on these higher levels is buying at these current levels with a target of 820 rupees per kg in the futures market going ahead.
Flashes of those strategies rather that Manisha has flagged off from Kedia Commodities. Gold is a sell and a buy on mentha oil MCX March. But a quick disclaimer, very important to take note that if you're considering taking the advice, you should consider taking advice of your financial advisor before doing so. Quick break on that note. Be back with more on Traders 20 and a quick shout out to our guests on the Traders 20.
Cools everywhere.
Consumes less energy.
And it's healthy, too.
Oh, you know what? I bought it on Amazon.
Presenting the world-class 5-star rated air conditioners from Kenstar at just rupees 21,990, now in India.
It's that time of the year again. Avail Muthoot Fincorp's EMI Gold Loan for your year-end needs and repay in easy monthly installments. Muthoot Fincorp, jab zindagi badalni ho.
प्रिया ने कहा हर महीने किराया देने से अच्छा है अपनी ईएमआई भरो।
पर सीरियसली गाइस, किश्तों से रिश्ता जोड़ो, किराया तो पराया होता है।
आसान किश्तों में होम लोन्स, बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, रिश्तों की जमा पूंजी।
क्या आप ऐसे चलते हैं? क्या आप सीढ़ियों पर ऐसे चढ़ते हैं? क्या आप ऐसे लिखते हैं? जब आप उल्टा चलते नहीं, सीढ़ियों पर उल्टा चढ़ते उतरते नहीं, उल्टा लिखते नहीं, तो फिर उल्टी साइड में ड्राइव क्यों करते हैं? सही लेन में चलें, यातायात के सभी नियमों का पालन करें। हर साल करीब 1.5 लाख लोग हादसों की भेंट चढ़ जाते हैं। उल्टी लेन में ड्राइविंग यानी हादसे को न्योता।
50 सालों से करोड़ों लोगों को इंतजार नहीं, एक बेहतर जिंदगी का हक दिलवा रहे हैं। यूटीआई म्यूचुअल फंड, हक एक बेहतर जिंदगी का।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
जब कहानी शर्मा जी की लाइफ में जिनके बड़ा सा ट्विस्ट, पाना चाहते सब कुछ ज्यादा पर मिलता था सब कुछ फिक्स। चाहिए मोटर बोली बीबी दिखा के उनको लंबी स्टिक, पर घर लाए सेकंड स्कूटर अमाते हैं दोनों की किस्त। अगर शर्मा जी ETF शुरू करवाते तो आज 16% से भी ज्यादा पाते। तो आप कब शुरू कर रहे हैं? ETF।
The square root of you are late. What is that?
Right arm over the wicket, sir.
सर, क्रिकेट का कीड़ा तो होगा ही ना। जब हो क्रिक बस का मोबाइल ऐप, सुपर फास्ट कोर्स, क्रिकेट न्यूज, क्रिक बस। ये स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया कार लोन्स का कमाल है और वो भी अट्रैक्टिव EMI के साथ।
I'm so affordable. नहीं तो पहले buying a car was so expensive, ना?
For affordable car loans, visit your SBI branch today.
Thank you so much for staying on with us right here on the stock game. And well, the markets, or at least the benchmark indices right now, overall are not really going anywhere much. We are absolutely flat at 89.45 on the Nifty right now. Ditto is the case for the Sensex as well. But in terms of individual movers, today is yet again another day where we are seeing some smart moves coming in on the frontline names, especially if you take a look at how, you know, a Coal India or an M&M have taken quite a sharp knock. Meanwhile, let's keep it with the rest of the markets as well and get you some more trading activity that one can spot, especially on the derivative side. And Darshan's here with a quick synopsis of all the momentum on that end. Darshan, good morning.
Well, good morning. And 2 days we've seen a decent rally that's coming in on the Nifty, much better on the Bank Nifty. Today, it's slightly weak in today's trade. As far as open interest build-up is concerned, it's close to 2% on the Nifty, close to 10% on the Bank Nifty. Where option writers are on the call side, they're writing from levels of 9100 to 9400, and put writers are writing in from levels of 8700 right up to levels of 9000. But the Nifty needs to the Nifty futures needs to go above the 9,000 level and stay there for a comfortable level for the markets to move up significantly, because remember, at the 9,000 level there is significant amount of total open interest that is being built up, almost 55 lakh shares. So that has to be actually breached. So the market needs to go and stay comprehensively above the 9,000 level. As far as gainers are concerned, IT is doing well, pharma is doing well. So you have counters like TCS, Dr. Reddy's is doing well. Based on a CLSA report that came in today, Reliance Industries seeing fresh buying that's coming in. Other stocks which are weak, M&M came out with a poor set of auto sales numbers, so that one is down. Sun Pharma did an Australian acquisition. As far as their API business is concerned, that counter is doing well in today's trade. TVS, similar case, strong auto sales numbers, is the top F&O gainer. iShares is seeing fresh shorts, open interest build up of close to 8% ahead of a possible block deal that will happen, and we did the story yesterday that Volvo is looking to exit the company. Axis Bank, after so many days of moving, is seeing fresh shorts, open interest build up of just 2%, and Tata Motors over the past 2 days is looking rather weak, open interest build up is just 2% here also.
Thanks, Arshan, for joining in, giving us all of those details on how the derivatives activity is looking. So indeed, things have completely flattened out right now in trades, 89.44 on the index. Here's a quick glimpse of the rules and regulations of the stock game. Basically, our 3 experts get a notional amount of 5 lakh rupees. They allocate this money in a total of 4 stocks, 1 stock from the F&O space. There's a compulsory churn of 2 stocks every single day, and when targets or stop losses are hit, they replace those stocks with a new one. At the end of the week, we'll tally up who has made the strongest gains, and we'll declare the person as winner of the stock game. Sharmila Joshi of sharmilajoshi.com is with us on the show. We also have with us Rajesh Sharma, technical analyst at Bezelgroup, as well as Ashish Maheshwari, director Blue Ocean Strategic Advisors, all battling it out to be the winner. Meantime, let's take it straight to Sharmila's first pick. Great call on TVS Motor. It was an impressive set of numbers, and this at a time when the rest of the auto pack delivered quite a dismal set. What's the call from these levels?
I think the stock should go back to the 300 plus level that it was trading at, because as you said, numbers were good, and the fact that TVS Motors had good numbers in a month where the other two-wheelers sort of didn't have such a great month goes to show, I think, the continued strength of TVS Motors, and therefore I think you should see it return back to that 300 plus kind of level.
Okay, so even better times ahead for TVS Motors. Sharmila's target for the day, of course, is already in the bag, and in fact, as we speak, the stock is at the highest point of the day. That's a call coming on in TVS Motors. But away from that, let's talk about another one of the high flyers of yesterday's markets, which was from the IT space, the Geometric Software. I was up a whopping 15%, Rajesh, and the volume picture as well was looking quite steady. But fair amount of that up move yesterday has already gotten unwound today. What do you make of this pressure that we can see, and does that trend worry you, this reversal that's coming?
Well, the stock was literally on tear yesterday, rising around 16.8% on the back of very heavy volumes. The thing is that today I've been stopped out, but there's a strong momentum going on in the stock, and the stock is above its 10-day moving average also, and the RSI is also nicely placed in overbought territory. The thing is that the stock is exhibiting strong momentum, so it's in the vicinity of its all-time high levels of 174. So I feel that with the momentum, the stock will definitely test its 175 levels, and if it's able to cross the 175 levels, definitely 200 is on the card. I am pretty bullish on the stock till 200 rupees.
Okay, very bullish on a geometric. Watch out for that counter. The stock is under pressure, as Rajesh already flagged off though in trades right now. Ashish Maheshwari, and let's talk about an IDFC. That one seems to be, coming back into flavor right now at 181. Let's talk about some of the long-term targets and what do you think is going to bode well for the company going forward? What's going to be the game changer?
Yes, yesterday we saw good amount of traction in infrastructure lending companies, be it Sri Infra or IDFC. So in my view, this is a stock where re-rating is going to happen now. Besides this, if you see the banking pack per se, IDFC is being underperformer compared to the peer set. And yesterday was the day like the stock has had 52-week high. So in my view, now this stock is going to be re-rated, number one. And second thing is post-budget announcement where a lot of thrust is there on infra spending. Companies like IDFC tend to gain a lot out of it. So that is why I have selected this stock, and going forward now this is going to be best infrastructure lending bet if you ask for L&T or Sri or any other peer set. IDFC is much better placed here. So that is why I picked for that day. But going forward I am expecting now 225 levels in this stock in next 3 months.
Okay, that's the call coming in on an IDFC, and just this morning as well, the stock has in fact hit a fresh 52-week high. It's looking a little soft right now, but no major worries really, especially given how the rest of the market's also looking a bit choppy. Meanwhile, let's take it to the second idea that each of our experts has picked out, and Sharmila, you are going ahead with the Havells India. A smart mover for today's session. It's been pretty consistent over the last month or so as well, and especially given the whole thrust that's coming on housing for all. A company like Havells, which deals in this capital goods space as well as caters to household demand, retail demand, industrial demand, will also stand to do well.
Yes, of course, and I think that post the management cutting guidance, we saw the stock really correct significantly. And I think precisely it's just a question of really when you see recovery in the market, because that's what was hitting Havells, and that's the reason why the management cut back their guidance. It wasn't as if anything was wrong internally or that they were a very leveraged company or anything of the sort. So I think once again this is a stock that could sort of pull back to 310, 320 kind of levels.
Okay, that's the word coming in on Havells and some of the important levels to watch out for. In fact, seeing quite a bit of traction in trades today as the counter is on steady footing and the counter is up and about. I'd just like to flag off Reliance Industries once again. Remember, it's been a very smart outperformer, and there's a number of reasons that you can allude this to. The fact that you have LIC, in fact, hiking stake from an earlier 6.89% all the way up to 9.08%, so almost a 2.5% increase there. CLSA has been going strong on that stock, saying that the strong earnings have been ignored due to the telecom concerns, but there is the underperformance in the stock can absolutely reverse in the near term, and watch out for strong upside in the stock, and say that the stock is trading 45% off from the peak levels. And clearly all of this news is being digested by Reliance Industries. Once upon a time a fairly slow mover, the sleeping giant as it was often called, is now seeing a little bit of traction in the stock price, 886. Undoubtedly a lot of concerns do still remain, but the CLSA report, the fact that LIC is also hiking stake, is turning out to be favorable for a stock which has been one of the big underperformers on the oil and gas index. Meantime, let's move right on then and discuss Rajesh Sharma's second recommendation. Philips Carbon Black is what you're looking at. It's very active in trades today. Run us through the factors that you'd like to point out regarding this company.
I've been recommending this particular stock.